Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode with Resourceful Roxie. Rex Rump will be here to take you on another lap around Coastal Highway today. It's been a wild few days here, and the excitement is just beginning because today we are going to enter the Aurora Mine. It can be a dangerous place. I don't know my way around. In fact, I don't know that I've ever actually used the elevator to go down there. I've put eyes on it. I know there is an elevator, and I imagine that once the aurora strikes, it will become functional, and there is much to see. So, with all that being said, let's go find out about it. We were making some arrow shafts, and eventually we'll make some arrows, but it was mostly just to kill some time. We'll come back to that project as we make our rounds back to the garage here. For now, just going to make sure we have enough food and water to feel like we can sustain ourselves for a day or two if necessary. And see what there is to find. My goal for the afternoon, for the morning, is to walk down to the fishing camp, which is a bit of a hike. Grab as much food as we can carry back to the log sort and kind of clear out fishing camp and use the log sort as our kind of outpost, because that's right near the entrance of the mine. I was also thinking about this mystery trailer that I can't seem to find, and it occurred to me when I was thinking about how far I have to walk to fishing camp that up in those middle tiers, I've only been looking at like the east half of the map, and because I thought that that's where it was, but it has to be just a little bit further on, so probably closer to fishing camp is where that switchback in the road is that I've kind of been envisioning in my mind as above the town. If it's not there, then I'm kind of out of ideas, but we've kind of traversed back and forth across the, like the only half of that upper tier. And by the time we get to the trailer that's below the entrance to the Pleasant Valley mine, we've been turning around. And what we really need to do is go down the hill from there and continue following that road until it leads up to that level again. So depending on where we end up in terms of time for the day, I might try that, and because it'd be nice to get everything to log sort as kind of like our halfway point to the garage, but also our staging area for this mine expedition, which is going to be, it could be a dangerous journey, and if we get stuck in there, who knows what will happen. I'm going to try to time it so that if we do make it into the mine and down the elevator, we get out in the same go. Being inside of like a a mine or a warehouse structure during an aurora is always a dangerous place to be anyways, because like I'm thinking about the maintenance yard in Broken Railroad, for example. This is all the live wires that come to life on the floor, and if you step on one of those, you can injure and potentially kill yourself without even really realizing that you're being hurt. So there's the mine right there. And so we're going to just tread very carefully if and when we get down there, not take a whole lot of risk. But in the spirit of single region recovery, we have to try to find all the places on the map, so that's what we'll do. And we'll survey it to the abandoned mine. That's where we'll go. I don't think it's a through passage. I think you have to come back out the way you went in, so technically we're not leaving the coastal highway by going in there. It's very much a part of this map. Picking up a bunch of sticks so we can make a fire and cook up some of this bear meat that we're going to bring back from fishing camp. And then once we do that and get all the gear over here, we will have cleared out the bottom part of this map pretty well. There is a locker on the coast that I wasn't able to get into because the ice was breaking under my feet. I'm tempted to go try that, but I also don't remember exactly where that is. So if we get out to the coast, we can maybe have a look at it. But not a priority for now. Alright, so I think we're going to have tons of sticks for a nice big fire. And probably just right in front of the house will be a good place to have it. So I'm just going to drop the sticks there. We're going to drop a bunch of gear that we don't need to carry with us here. And then we'll come back and get organized. So, how am I doing on hunger? I could probably eat something now and then just be full for the trip. Leave the food behind, which is going to be pretty heavy. We'll bring like 15 of these with us so we don't starve. Can drop 1.5 liters of water. Oh, we didn't need to bring those at all. Forgot to drop those in the garage. Those are negligible, but we're just getting rid of all the stuff that we don't need to be carrying. I am going to bring the rifle just because our health is so compromised. We'll deal with those when we get back. So, okay, that gave us like 10 kilos of carry capacity. Well, it's actually kind of cold outside. It was warming up. The rifle's so heavy, but I mean, actually, I don't want to kill anything between here and fishing camp because we're just bringing back what we already have. So I'm going to leave the rifle. We'll use our defensive strategy. That's going to save a bunch of weight. We'll use our torches and our flares and our stones. to avoid any predators. The only caveat to that would be running into the timber wolves. Out here on the ice, but I don't see them. I'm hoping that continues to be the case. Walk past the tooth here and survey it. Oops. Just kind of get the lay of the land. Yeah, so this whole upper section up here is, like, in fact, I think the trailer might be like right abeam us now. That we've been searching for on the wrong side. Okay, now I see potentially timber wolves. I'm gonna get back on the road. I'm not 100% sure if those are timber wolves. It's just when you see a pack of wolves from a distance, I'm always thinking of worst case scenario. But even still, I don't really want to encounter 4 curious wolves when I put my rifle in the locker for the walk. The way back is going to be a little bit sketchier because we're going to have 20 pounds of bear meat on us. Those look like regular wolves, which makes the situation a little less nerve-wracking. But there's a good chance that we will catch those guys' attention on our way back. Alright, so I believe this one on the edge is where we left all of our stuff. Nothing in there. Alright. Did I not even bring any food over here? Looks like I didn't. This might have been a walk for nothing. Looks like I already cleared this place out. Which means we never came down here with bear meat. It's all up in the cabin. That's not too far of a walk, and also we want to try to find this trailer anyways, so I'm going to continue. Up the hill. And then we'll cut back over to the right. Maybe after we get the see what it looks like to get to the meat in the cabin. This is all kind of like unexplored territory for us because we've walked over to the creek, but not really up through the woods here. So while it's not necessarily ideal to be doing it with 10 pounds of bear meat on us, it might be the way we're going to do it. picked up a couple of extra flares. So barring an encounter with another bear, for which we are completely unequipped to handle right now, we should be able to keep the wolves at bay. We'll go up to Rabbit Grove cabin, take a few fillets of bear meat, any other tools that we left behind that look valuable. We've got almost everything that we would ever need. And then we'll cut across and look at something new. We'll try to link back up to the road to where the mystery trailer is. Alright, so, ooh, the bear meat's just going bad quickly. Okay, so that's probably good that we took that. I don't even know if that's gonna cook up. Probably should have left that outside. I think that the meat will last longer if you let it out. Leave it outside or outdoors. It can still be in a container if you have one, but it can spoil pretty quickly, which means it'll probably be ruined up at the trailer by the time we get back to that place. It's a little bit unfortunate, but we get to cooking level 5, we can eat it again. Okay, I'm just going to pop this right away. We are going to continue forward. Never really even saw him, but he saw us. Right now, I'm not 100% sure where I am. I'm like vaguely or like loosely traveling away from the creek, but I don't really feel like I'm on any kind of distinct path. I'm just going to try to stay on kind of the high ground so I can look out over a wider area and see if, maybe there's something to inspect more closely. I never even saw that wolf. He just kind of barked at me and continued along. Oh no, this, look at that. Our mystery cabin. We finally found it. You have to stop looking for it. Look, we didn't even mark it or anything. I just dropped a bunch of stuff and bailed. And that was the main thing that I knew I wanted. I'll bring the shoes, the firewood, and everything else is of no use to me. So basically came up here for a jerry can, but it was more of just finding it. I will mark it as a gear location just because there is some stuff in there. I don't want to walk past it in the future thinking that I cleared it out if for some reason we end up needing a can opener or a pair of jeans. I doubt it. Alright. The mystery of the trailer has been solved. A bit anticlimactic, but wow, that jerry can's really gonna come in handy. And now I'm gonna kind of trend more towards the coast again and see if there's a safe way back down. To the log sort. Okay, so there's the road. A little stand of saplings. This looks like they're kind of like a general. Oh, here's another corpse. We haven't found him yet. Hey, the Polaroid. Look at that. It's at the lookout. Sweet. Guess I could even take these saplings, but I mean, we really don't need them, so I'm not going to spend the time. I'm going to take advantage of the last of this flare while I have it. Try to get back to relative safety and maybe even start a fire. But it does look like it's going to be a little windy down there. Alright, now the question is, where are we in relation to the log sort? That's the fishing camp out there. Wolves are coming my way. I'm just gonna hustle back and see if I can't. Oh wait, that's the tooth. I think that was log sort. No, that's fishing camp. Yeah, log sort is up ahead. I'm just gonna ignore the wolf. Maybe go get the rifle. If I can. I don't think he's gonna catch me. Those look pretty close though. I'm getting cold. Everything else looks okay. It's midday, so what I'd really like to do is get back to the cabin, sleep for a few hours just to get like as much rest as I can, and then go into the mine like right at the beginning of the evening and see if we get lucky with an aurora, or if nothing else, put ourselves kind of on a sleep cycle that allows us to be awake tomorrow night. And I don't think that the wolf will be catching us. It'd be nice to cook up this bear meat because it's almost completely bad. But did it for 2 liters of lantern fuel. I'll drop this all outside so that I don't forget. Now the wind seems to have died down. Maybe we try it. Oh no. Right up against the house might be the best way. This is like one of those fires that's going to need to be monitored. I'm going to go all these sticks for now. So they take an hour and 21 minutes. Let's just see if they're even going to be worth cooking. %. I think that's just fine. So, hour 21. There's an hour 24. Let's go sleep for a couple hours. Clear the junk. Maybe what I'll end up doing is like, it's pretty tight quarters. I was going to try to bring the bed down here and create a little space, but I don't know if the bed would fit there. It's probably one of the big ones. Yeah, there's no way. I'm just going to have to be up here in this loft, which is fine. Alright, a little bit of water. Two hours of sleep. Fire will be out, but as long as the wind didn't pick up, the bear meat will be cooked. We'll start another fire. Cook a couple more. It should be pretty much perfect for our fatigue level. Yeah, it cooked right up. We have so many matches and so many means of starting fire that I'm not really trying to be conservative with what we've got. I'm running out of tinder, but I mean, we have over 200 matches, which is like enough to take you through, you know, like a long run of across the region multiple times, you know, making them fire every day, which rarely you do. You're looking at almost a year's worth of matches. Alright, is there anything that we can be doing? It's been 16 days. How long do we have left? 127 hours. So like 5 days. There was some mushrooms and stuff that we left in here. Okay. Get prepared. As well. Keep an eye on our bear meat. Still have an hour. So there's 30 minutes. And 45 minutes. If we ran out of tinder, it would be a good idea to spend 10 minutes getting a few more of those in our hands. Might have left some inside, I'm not sure. Alright, 5 minutes. Do 2 more. Others. Throw that guy on there now, since we've got 2 more to do. Alright, I think the timing is going to be pretty much perfect for this. An hour 19 until it's ready. Burn that. Oh, there goes our fire. Almost had it. It's cooking level 2. I don't think it's worth it to feed this fire if the wind is blowing it out. Yeah, for sure. So we'll have to cook those last 2 at a later date. Alright, straight ahead, we're going to put... Bear me is going to go away. All of this, all of this. So maybe we take 2 of them in there for an absolute emergency. And what don't we need in the mine? Well, we don't need any spray paint. Gonna bring all the tools just in case. Extra fuel for sure. Drop all the sticks. We'll just put all that in there for now, that's fine. Our clothing is looking good, our first aid is looking good. Alright. Let's go spelunking. Oh wait, that would be cave. Oh, that's crazy. That stuff was still... Alright. How's our lantern on fuel? I'm gonna fill that up before we go. That is something that we're going to want. So I'm going to put this one away, take that one out, refill it, that way we know it's coming from the jerry can and not my small one. Okay. And I'm going to put that back and then take my little can with me. And now we're ready. We don't have a way to sleep in there, so we need to make sure that we don't become exhausted and start losing condition. Other than that, there might not be a whole lot to see here because we won't have access to the second part of it until there's an aurora. Start with the torch. And I'm going to work my way from the back. There's a flashlight there. Some hat, so the entrance has a lot of gear. coal. That'll be good for fires at the log sort. Can I get up in there? Not really. Okay, so there's the elevator I was thinking of and talking about. So I believe this will turn on with an aurora. Maybe I've been down there once because I feel like I've done it. But I think you do something like that in the story mode as well. Is that right? That might be what I'm thinking of. Oops, I dropped the torch. Hi, baby. Yeah. How's it going? I'm almost done. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna just work our way back to the front, clear out the front of the mine. And we'll come back at the next opportunity we get to see if the hype is true. Definitely be worth it to come back here and break down all these crates, because I bet there's something in at least one of them. Yeah, so pretty minimal. Pretty minimal structure and up to the elevator, and then it just definitely indicates that there's more to it. The open door. Lots of good gear in here though. Hey, quality tools, that's awesome. That's gonna help decrease our crafting time for a lot of items. Back at the garage. I'm gonna leave this in here because if there's an aurora, we'll be able to use it. And everything else can come with me. So we'll just hustle back to the log sort and then do a quick inventory of all the new stuff that we got. Sleep for the night. Tomorrow maybe we run back to the garage and finish our bow and arrow project. That'll kill some time. The bow takes like 5 hours, so we can sleep tonight in here and walk down there tomorrow. Tempted to try to eat one of these bear fillets and just see what it does. What do you think? I've got antibiotics. I think you can get away with eating just one on Voyager. Let's find out. She doesn't seem to have been affected by it at all. Let's do another one. Seems like she's okay. Alright. We'll do a full sleep. She'll probably wake up well rested before that ends. Might not get through the night. Yeah. Just right at sunrise. Be dark for a couple hours. But maybe by the time we get to... It's kind of sneaky. Might bring that downstairs. And set it next to our cubby. Kind of like this out of the way too, because if we end up dropping stuff to be curing, it's nice to not have it on a carpet so you don't lose track of it. That bit's like in the very corner. It's a better little landing zone for us. Mother and children. Alright, enough of that. So what do we have and what do we want to bring back to the garage? We definitely want to bring the arrow shafts back. We're going to leave all the fire stuff. We'll leave the coal as well. The first aid, could probably outfit a little bit of a first aid kit here. Oh, we've maxed out the weight. Combat boots can go on display in the garage. So can the work boots. Actually, I'm going to leave the work boots here in case we get ourselves in trouble and need to come back for clothing. Bear meat can stay. Rifle's coming with me. Casings will come with me. We're a little bit heavy now. I'm going to bring this stuff back to the garage. That can stay. Alright. 4 kilos heavy. Should be alright, especially if we eat something. And drink something. I'm going to walk with the torch. Because the wolves are on the prowl, as we know. Got my rifle back in my hands though, so that's nice. And I am walking pretty slowly, which is a little bit unfortunate. Could have probably left some water behind. I guess I still can. We'll drop it right here. That way there's water at the log sort anyways. Just leave a leader behind in the middle of the road. Helps a little bit. Alright, so the plan now is to get back to the garage, finish the bow and arrow project, and then come back this evening, see if there's an aurora. So we'll sleep a good part of the day as well. And then walk back to Logswort so that we're in position if there does happen to be one. Run a little bit because kind of trying to make sure that we use some energy today. I guess another thing we need to do now is walk back up to the abandoned lookout and survey for the Polaroid. Oh, that's pretty cool with those clouds out there. Definitely a cover shot. Super cool looking. Dawn on the coastal highway. Alright, so there's a wolf dead ahead. I'd really rather not use this flare. And I think I used all my torches in the mine, which is an oversight. Let's see if we can just go around him. Looks like we can. Alright. So it'll be dark in here, but I think it'll be light enough to craft. So to make it to the table. And now that we have quality tools, it's going to be even better. So what do we got here? Survival bow needs a cured maple sapling. And simple tools do nothing. There's our maple sapling. And let's go with 5 hours and see what she does. Nailed it. Okay. Can finish making this arrow shaft with our last birch sapling. And then we should put away some stuff because we're holding on to a bunch of stuff. This we never need until we start thinking about making ammo, which I'm not. I keep putting like some stuff in here and some stuff in there. I think we just use just the locker, so I stop getting confused about where stuff lives. So those are going to live in first aid. And there's another birch sapling. We can clear that out, make the last of our arrow shafts. We should have several now. Let's see about eating this stuff. Just go for the low quality food first. Okay, we just emptied our water. All right. 17 arrow shafts. I'm going to leave all of the fishing stuff in there for now. rifle casings. The arrows we can now take with us. We've got 2 arrows. We'll drop the quality tools. We'll drop the extra first aid stuff. I think we brought a pair of shoes with us, right? Yeah, combat boots. Those we definitely don't need to be carrying around. Look at that shoe shelf. Come on in. Everything's half price. Alright. What do we have for food still? Those are all of our drinks. We eat those during the day. And take those. Take that. Take that. That MRE will be good. Can clear out a couple of those. Peanut butter. Couple of those. And just kind of like evening out the inventory so that I can do like a quick glance and kind of clear out rows of different kinds of food, and at the same time giving myself a bunch of food to work with in my pack that I can eat for today. Alright. The jerry can causing all the headaches is finally with us. And it can now live with its counterpart. Guess we should probably go outside and try to shoot something. With the time that we have, do I have a whetstone? I do. Break these down. It'd be nice to have some torches before we go into the cave. Can I make a torch? I think that might be a good thing to do, is make one. I know it'll be 100%. Just need a few sticks for that. And some lighter fluid, with which we have plenty. So let's see, what does it take? 3 sticks, 1 cloth, and some lamp oil. So what I want to do is I want to use this bad one first. I don't know if it actually goes bad or not, but might as well force it to use the poor quality. And I wonder if it'll give us 2 out of that. Let's find out. Nope. It's pretty strict. So that's at 100%, but it's only 0.17. That's our next emptiest one. Let's do 1 more torch. Okay. What did that do for our... Yeah, so it got rid of that one. That's good. And then now we've got... I'm going to bring this one with us as well. So that we've got some extra lantern fluid. Always heavy. Always, always heavy. What do I have now? Is that all the food? 17 kilos worth of gear because of the rifle. The flares. We don't need 4 flares. I will take 2 of them though. We have an extra hatchet. Extra sewing kit, but that's okay. Once we switch to just the bow, it's going to reduce a ton of weight. So maybe we go out into the yard and see if we can't take down a couple of wolves. So that we can start our wolfskin coat project here. If there's nothing immediately around, probably just go inside and take a nap and then walk back to the log sort here at dusk. In fact, you can just kind of walk that way now. And maybe there'll be something out on the ice. Not a single thing. Birds overhead, maybe. This will be good though. We'll be ready for a nap when we get there. Drop the rifle, take everything else. And this is all assuming that we're going to have an aurora. I don't know why I'm so ambitious about that being the case. I don't know if it's totally random or if it comes on like a schedule. I haven't really paid enough attention to when we get them. Usually I'm sleeping through the night anyways, so I don't often like see them when they pop up, but obviously they're at night, so that's the only thing we can really control is that we're awake for the evening and hope that we get one in the next few days. There's other stuff we can do. We'll go up, get the Polaroid surveyed out of the lookout, and I guess we want to cook up that meat in the trailer if it hasn't already gone bad. And we've got our bow, so that's cool. Didn't think we'd have that here in Coastal Highway without a forge, but we found 2 arrows heads, one of which was already a full arrow. And came across another arrowhead somewhere that allows us 2 shots with the old bow. We can try it out on these rabbits and see if we can shoot anything. Oh, that looks pretty good to me. I think I was a little low. Now they're all gone. Alright. We'll go in, sleep for a few hours. Maybe like, probably get 8 hours of sleep. I'm going to put the rifle down before I forget. Put the sticks away. We have a ton of food, but we'll eat most of that when we wake up. How are we doing on water? We have no water. That could be a problem. We have a few of these sodas. I left 1 liter in the middle of the street. It's gonna have to do. Alright guys, that is going to be a good place to call it for today's episode. We're going to sleep for 8 hours and wake up in the evening, hopefully to an aurora. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. We will let Roxie take a quick nap and catch you guys on the next one.